Good morning, everybody. My voice, I don't know what has happened to my voice. Good morning, everybody. How are you doing? Hoping you are all doing very well. It's a very, very nice morning, Friday morning. Most of my videos nimefanyia kwa gari. I think I normally do them on a Fridays. I don't know why. I don't know what a coincidence. So it's a very good morning, and I'm hoping that everyone is doing fine, just like I am doing fine. As usual, it's a very good Friday, the beginning of the weekend. Of course, guys, those who are preparing to go out for the weekend, the day looks promising already. And I'm back again, as usual, with a very interesting video. Guys, remember, this is a channel where you learn different tips on how to handle different situations. And today I want us to discuss like 7 signs of a serious man. Those who are in a relationship, it is the high time that we need to know, are our men serious? Are they serious in our relationships? And these are the signs to show that this man that you're committed to is a serious man or is not a serious person. Because sometimes as ladies we have problems. I know ladies, tukipenda tumependa. Once we laugh, and that's all. We laugh without looking behind. But sometimes we love people who are not even serious with this relationship, and we find ourselves in a mess. And that is the reason we have so many single parents, because tulipenda, I loved you unconditionally, I loved you the whole of my heart, only that you came to disappoint me. And by the time I came to realize that you were not serious already, I'm pregnant. And what happens? I end up to be a single mom. And first of all, for you to know a serious man, a man who communicates, who is open to communicate any kind of topic, is ready to discuss it with you. Whenever there is a problem, the man is so much ready and available for you to sit down and have a conversation. That's a very serious person. If you have a man who is not always ready to communicate with you, then it means there is a problem, and you need to find out whether he is serious or he is not serious. And so first sign is that the man should be very much ready for you, ready to communicate. Whether there is a positive thing, whether there is a negative thing, the person should always be ready to talk to you, to sit down and communicate. Remember, one of the names in a relationship is communication. And where there is no communication in a relationship, then it means that relationship cannot last. So the person should be ready to communicate with you and to effectively communicate with you. Not just communication, because sometimes he might communicate but not effective communication. Of course, the communication must be very much effective, something that can solve a problem, something that you can discuss together and come with a solution, or come up with something for your life. That is one of the signs of a serious person. Number 2, compromise. Remember, you are 2 different entities. You're 2 different people brought up in a very different communities. Remember, you know what your own things, because of course you're brought up by your own parents, and he was brought up by his own parents. So at some point, there are some community or other traditions that cannot, you don't do the same. You have different traditions, you have different cultures. But if he is that one person who is not ready ready to compromise some of his culture, some of his things that he was doing just because of you, then this is a very wrong person. Remember, for you to be able to fit together, at least you must compromise some things. You must do away with some things that you used to do when you were at your place. Guys, I don't know whether the reflection of the sun, I don't know whether you're able to see me well. So the other sign is somebody who can listen to you. You know, sometimes there's those men who feels that a lady cannot tell me anything. I am the decision maker in this house. I should talk everything that happens in this house. I must say, I must talk. Somebody who cannot listen. Remember, guys, for a relationship to thrive, for you to be able to cope together, you must listen to each other. So the man must be a good listener. Anytime you're talking to him, he should give you time, of course, to express yourself. He should give you time, of course, to speak, and he should listen to whatever thing that you are telling him. So if you have that one person who can never sit down to listen to what you are saying, who can never sit down to listen to your opinion, then it means this person is not the right person for you. You need to have a man who can listen to your opinions. You need to have a person who can listen to you, who can sit down and listen to your voice. Because remember, everyone's opinion is of great importance. And if you cannot sit down and talk, if you cannot sit down and come in agreement or agree together, then of course the relationship can never thrive. Also, for you to be able to thrive in a relationship, the man should be a good listener, as well as you. You guys, you need to listen to each other and discuss issues together, and value each and every person's point together, because every other person's point is of great importance. So you need to have that one man who listens to you. The other sign is that a man should always plan his future together with you. Do you have that one person who is always planning his future with you? Every time he's planning, this is what I want to do in my future. Of course, he needs to share with you. This is a very serious man, because there are those people who will never tell you what they have for their future, and you get confused in between. You don't know what he likes. You don't know what he's planning to do in future. You're not even sure that he will marry you or he will not marry you. So if you have a man who always communicates future with you, then that's a very serious man. Because for a man to grow, for a person who is planning to be with you in future, then there is nothing to hide about his future. Then the other sign is that the man always keeps his promises. This is what I will do. He will always keep his promise with you. He will not indulge you. He will not take you like this and this and that. He will always be very straightforward with you. And he will always keep his promises. A serious person will always keep his promise. And he will never let you be hurt at any given time. Whatever promise that he has promised you, he will always try his best to make sure that he fulfills it. So if you have a man who will never fulfill his promise, then it means it's not a serious person. The other sign of a serious man is that one person who can do anything for your sake. He can sacrifice himself for you. He can do anything. He can even sacrifice his belongings just to make you happy. Somebody who will always want to see you happy. If you have a man who is always making you angry, can you think twice about that person? Because I always tell ladies, that one man who loves you, he will never want to see you angry. He will never want to see you annoyed. He will always try his best to ensure that you are a happy person. He will always do anything to make sure that you are happy. So that one person will always sacrifice himself because of you. He always wants to be with you. He can fail to go somewhere because of you. When you are sick, he's there for you. He will never let things pass because you are sick. He will never do anything else when you are not comfortable. That's a very serious person. And the last side is that one person who will always take his time, or rather spend his most of his time with you. That one person will always feel, now I want to call my sweetheart, I always want to talk to my sweetheart, I want to be with my sweetheart. He always wants to be near you, he always wants to be with you, he always calls you, he spends his time, a lot of his time with you. This is another very serious man. If you see a man taking like 2-3 days not even finding out how you're faring, then that's not a very serious man. It's a red flag, and you need to ask yourself, is this person serious? Because that one serious person will always want to be talking to you. He will always be calling you, how are you faring, my darling? How was your day? He will always spend most of his time, actually the large percentage of his life is always like is with you. Those are some of the signs that you need to find out in a man. Those who are dating, please let us be a little bit serious. Let us try to find out, are the men that we are dating serious with us? Because some of them are just taking advantage of us, especially the girls who are there. These men are taking advantage of you, and you need to find out whether this person is serious or is just passing his time with you. And always what I tell ladies is that one man who loves you and wants to marry you will never joke with you. He will never joke with you. He will always protect you. He will always make sure that you are in a safe place. So if you've not subscribed to this channel, please go and subscribe for this kind of videos and more that are coming. Please, you still have this chance to go and subscribe and support this channel. Thank you so much for watching this video. And from me, guys, as usual, I'm gonna say goodbye and have a fruitful day.